But up first, Elder Advisors is here to talk all about their services. And today we're not just talking about how they can keep you from going broke in a nursing home, but also how they can help you prosper in retirement. Joining me is Larry Wise, President and owner of Elder Wise Advisors, and Lindsay Fleming.
Hello.
Guys, always a pleasure to have you.
Hello, Kentuckiana.
Well, half of you, it's always a pleasure to have.
Right.
Larry
no,
is a dinosaur. He's very excited about
I'm not
the
Dino
dinosaur.
Don. I'm just Dino Larry.
dinosaur segment coming up.
Right?
That was confusing when I walked into the green room earlier, and I was like, "Oh, Dino Don," and then it was just Larry. But
Okay, this is live television, right? Wait. Emmy award-winning Jeremy, the producer. Isn't that a great accolade?
Yeah.
Yeah, he says you need to step up. Okay, so because it's live television, I'm going to do something I've never done on live television before.
Oh my gosh.
I want to give applause to Edna Newland. We know and love her as Snitsy. She's watching right now.
Hi.
She is worthy of I went out of the camera range doing the full standing ovation for Edna.
she got a shout out last time.
She did, and
Yeah,
she's
good
worthy of
memory.
that
Yeah.
because she is really the main point person, the power of attorney, if you will, for family, and she's just doing a great job. And, you know, she's kind of got some health issues going right now, and we love you, Snitsy, very much, and we want to see you back at the office as soon as possible.
And she's going to call and critique your entire outfit
She
as
will.
soon as this
She
is
will.
over.
But conversely, I'm not as
Love
looking
it.
forward to Josh's mom coming back to the office. Josh was there yesterday. He had some things going on. I referred him to the attorney. We're getting him up. But Josh's mother, I'm not at all suggesting she's a know-it-all, but she is a delight. But I will tell you in all seriousness, she understood the math, which Lindsay talks about the unicorn, because they have a loved one that's in the nursing home. There's some special circumstances there. And Lindsay, you'll appreciate this. She knew chapter and verse on the rehab. He might get to 20 days. After that, there was a copay of $200 a day.
Yeah.
I mean, Josh's mother really got it, which is unusual because they were already up to speed on a lot of this stuff, which is crisis planning on that regard. But a lot of what we do that probably doesn't get enough airplay, that's a showbiz phrase, is that we can do pre-planning as well. And that's why I'm always delighted to have next to me Lindsay Fleming. Thank you, Lindsay Fleming.
and
Round of applause for Kentuckiana.
round of applause for Lindsay. Yep. Okay.
Thank you for Lindsay.
Where's my applause?
Lindsay,
I don't get anything.
And Larry, round of applause for Larry.
I get nothing but derision from you.
Pity date.
So Larry, here's what I like about you. Outside of your amazing sense of style,
I'm a beautiful man.
you know what you're doing. You know this business inside and out.
I am truly blessed.
And you want to help. You truly want to help the people that come to you for help. How do you help someone who comes to you and says they want to prosper in their retirement?
I can only help you if you want the help. I had a family come in yesterday, or I should rather say the son, my age, brought dad in, and it was a pre-planning thing. And they started talking about a trust. That's not something that I do. I've already made an introduction to an attorney that can help them with that. But dad, was kind of moving slowly, but the son was all for doing that, so I referred them to an attorney because we're not attorneys. We do the financial things. But the son knew enough about the pitfalls that awaited him if some things weren't done because he'd seen it happen in the family before. Dad kind of got it and was kind of okay and talking to the attorney and stuff like that. But the son really had to be proactive to do that, and a lot of children aren't. A lot of children aren't, they still kind of think of themselves as 20 years old and dad is 40 years old, where in reality the son is 60 and dad is 80, and you've got to start stepping up. And to something Lindsay said earlier, I don't think it's ever as bad for families as they think it might be if they do kind of step up into a leadership role and actually kind of start leading, because if they don't, there's dire consequences when they don't.
And these are the kinds of things that I think people need to hear, because sometimes, like Lindsay has told stories before of people who are digging their heels in and kind of refuse to get that help, refuse to even acknowledge to themselves, let alone their family members or elder advisors, that they need help. How do you keep someone from digging in further when you try to help dig them out?
Yeah, and I think, so there's two things, and clients come to us in a variety of ways, right? So like Larry was describing, we've got the adult child who's just trying to make the road easier for mom and dad, so they come in. And sometimes, in that particular situation yesterday, there was no conversation about changing a living arrangements. But sometimes, whether we've done really great planning or not, we just get to a spot where, hey, I can't stay in this living situation anymore. Or the adult children recognize that mom and dad can't stay in this spot anymore. But mom's just dug in. She's not going anywhere. Never in, and before I came to work with Larry 3 years ago, I did admissions in nursing facilities for 15 years. Never, ever, in the course of my entire career, has it been as bad as the family thought it was going to be. A transition, whether it's from home to a smaller patio home, a downsized situation, a situation where we're going from home to assisted living, or even into nursing care. Literally in my entire career, never, ever, ever been as bad as the family thought it was going to be. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, most of the time, it's better. So we have clients, Ed and Janet, who we love, and they lived alone for a long time in their house, and they both just kind of came to the decision that we're ready to go. We're ready to downsize. I'm tired of mowing the lawn. I want to go here. So they moved into assisted living. They were in the office about a week ago, and I wrote them a card, and I called the assisted living too. They are totally different people. They've put on healthy weight. They're eating 3 meals a day. They're getting their medicines the way they're supposed to. They are thriving, and they are so thankful, and you can see the difference. And Elder Advisors helps navigate them through that process. And I'm just so grateful. I'm just so grateful to have them, and they're grateful, and the assisted living community is grateful, and they are just such a great success story. But they're the norm. That's normally how it is that life gets better, and I think families don't realize that.
And to that point, I was sitting down with a family. It was a crisis plan. Mom is at rehab, and there's a faction. There's 4 children, so they each have their own opinion. Mom can go home or whatever. And they were asking my opinion, which I was giving them my opinion. It wasn't legal. I'm giving just common sense. And he said, well, Mom's really doing much better now that she's there, and we think that maybe there's a chance she can go home.
Yeah.
And I said, how old is she? 91 years old. I said, statistically, it's not going to work. I said, and this is what I've heard Lindsay say, she's never going to be any better than she is right now because she's getting 3 meals a day. People are giving her the medication, and I'll let you finish that, Tia.
For that family, if we're whether again it's assisted living, which is beautiful, 1 and 2 bedroom, small communal living situations where your meals are provided, or it's a nursing facility, the quality of life goes up. Your loved one, your mom, your dad, your uncle, whoever it is, gets better. They feel better. They're getting everything that they need. And I think living at home alone, messing up meds with nothing but, the television to sort of entertain you, the loneliness, the missed doctor's appointments, it's romanticized. It's not not as sexy as people think it is.
Yeah, reality is much different.
Yeah.
So tell everybody who's watching, because odds are there's somebody who's resonating with this, what they need to do if they think that you guys can help.
Elder Advisors is a great first stop. Elder Advisors is a great first stop. So call the 800. We got 855, Larry 55.
855, Larry 55. It answers all your questions, Kentuckiana.
So call or 800-763-7930. Or you can visit our website, of course, elderadvisors.com. But you can call in and come in. But Elder Advisors is a great place to talk, to come in and just be a first step. Just be a first step.
And we'll talk more about that because you guys are coming back up here in just a couple of minutes.
I'd love to talk about that. Yeah, next
Larry and
segment.
Lindsay, they're
That's
sticking
called a
around
tease.
for another
It's a
segment
tease.
so we can continue talking about all the things that they've got to do and continue our conversations so that you can prosper in retirement. We'll be right back.